Oh, I am super worried. Bro, we just went a whole shift without seeing Freya. Oh, my nerves! Thursday, October 1st, 2020. Coachella organizer reminds parents not to allow their children to attend unsupervised because of rampant werewolves. Rachel Florencia confirmed to platform at Coachella 2020. Well, Gil Nyman and Maruki Harakami to collaborate for a new IP. I think that's where Freya was at for the time being. Alright, let's get it. Sorry, we're not open yet. No, Neil. You came very early today, and also I gotta check a few things. Hold up, Neil, give me a second. Okay, she seems to be doing fine. Okay, Aqua's getting a little ridiculous. Boy, she just got famous. 1-800-GOT-FAME, she said. Music enthusiast and father. Yeah, well, he was in the music industry, so that checks out. Okay, so nothing too alarming. Okay, let me talk with Neil for a little bit now, figure out what's happening. Oh, Neil, you came very early today. Is there anything I can help you with?
There is definitely something you can help me with.
What is it?
Oh, can we work here?
What? Excuse me, what?
Is it possible to work here?
What? Wait, why?
We have learned something precious since we arrived. Communication is very important on Earth, and Earthlings communicate in a very complicated way. It blows our minds to learn that you need mix between verbal and non-verbal communication here.
Yeah, but I could see that your communication skills have improved an awful lot since you arrived.
That is true. But it's not enough. Some of the biggest lessons about Earthlings we learned them here. This made us think. Instead of focusing on finding a breeding partner, we should focus on learning how to communicate with Earthlings properly.
Sounds like a good strategy.
That is why we ask you to allow us to work here.
Because you want to interact with our customers.
That is correct.
I'm not sure about this. Neil, normally if you're applying for a job on Earth, you have to go through certain processes before you finally get the job, if you get all that.
Oh.
Let me think this over, if you don't mind. And I'll let you know tomorrow.
Oh no. We are sorry for spontaneously, but it has to be today.
May I know why?
Because we are leaving for an event tomorrow.
Okay. He wants to go to Coachella. Okay.
Thank you.
But with one condition. You won't be making any drinks. I'll handle that. Once I'm done, you will give the cup to the customer.
Understood.
There are other things you need to keep in mind.
Okay, what is that?
Dealing with the customers. Some people come here just to chill. They might come just for a drink, work, or to read something. I strongly suggest you let them be. But always be prepared if they want to talk about something, anything.
Oh, okay, we know whether people want to be left alone or not.
Yeah, that's the hard part. You'll be able to judge based on their body language.
Non-verbal signs?
Yes.
That will be very hard for us.
Indeed. But yeah, don't worry. I'll give you a sign. When you start talking, or when you should stop.
Thank you. We will need that so much.
Well, that's basically all I need you to do here.
Do we need a special outfit to do the job?
Nah, not really. I'll lend you an apron, though. To keep your suit clean, I guess. And to differentiate you from the customers. You don't really need more differentiating. But it will make you look more legit for the job.
That is a very earthling thing to do.
Yeah, I guess it is. Alright then. Are you ready for this?
We are.
Okay. Let's start the night.
Welcome.
Oh my god, now I feel better. Holy wow. Yeah, I know, right? It's been a minute. What you been up to? What the hell is happening?
Good evening, Miss Freya.
Oh man, I gotta be on my toes now. Hey Jay, what's going on here? Well, Neil is working here now. And I thought I was the one who brought bad news. I never thought this place would be ground zero. For an alien invasion? Okay, you might be right. Yes, no. No? Neil is just helping out. You've never looked like someone who needs help.
There are a few things to clarify, Miss Freya. First, our mission was never about conquering Earth. In fact, it is the other way around. Second, judging from the situation, we are actually the person who is getting help from the barista. Not the other way around.
What?
We have learned some things since we arrived. We came to a conclusion. Before starting another breeding mission, we should learn more about Earthlings' communication. We thought this place was the best place to learn.
And you just agreed to this? Yeah, on one condition. Maybe two. I make the drinks. Neil will only be here to serve and communicate? Yeah, fair trade. What's in it for you then? What? You're helping them here? What do you get in return?
Now that you mention it, if there's anything you want from us, please do not hesitate to ask.
Yeah, don't mention it. Well, maybe you can be my next story. I can write an article about your work here. Freya? If you still need to write for the proper... if I still need to write for the paper again. does that mean? What happened? Yeah, the chief found out. Oh. And that's why you didn't come yesterday. Yeah. How did she find out? You remember my fateful meeting with the higher up? In the elevator? Yeah. The same thing happened with my chief. They met each other in the lift. And the higher up mentioned our encounter to her. Well, while you think on that, I'm going to go ahead and read your expert, because they still put it in the paper somehow. It's crazy they do that, right? They still, yeah, that's you. They still put that in there. So they're still taking credit. The only reason to learn how to fly. It happened again. I told her as I inhaled smoke. What? I took the train once to get here and fell in love twice. Nah, not this again, she sighed, looking like she wanted to stub her own cigarette out in my face. I just can't help it. She said nothing. It's way easier, you know, seeing someone from afar, letting your imagination roam as you daydream about how he or she lives, and knowing the fact that what you see is not the way they actually are. It's way easier. You can't keep doing this to yourself. You know you need something real. I mean, this might be a stupid suggestion, but you're still using that dating app, right? Try to be more open-minded while you use it. Okay, I agree. Good. I agree that it was a stupid suggestion. She looked pissed. I couldn't blame her. It's not like this is our first time we talked about this. In fact, this conversation tends to happen around once a season. You need to stop overthinking. Go out, stop putting impossible expectations on people. You know I can't do that. I've tried. I get overexcited at any opportunity. And how's that served you so far? Now I was the one who said nothing. I'm afraid, I said. Of what? Of what will come later. I'm afraid that even if I find the right person for me, the people around me won't accept them, whoever they are. Fuck the people around you. Okay, another stupid suggestion. I could be jailed for that. Okay, she took a long drag of her cigarette, narrowed her eyes at me, and... What happened to recently? Huh? You don't usually overthink quite this much, so something must have happened. The truth is, something did happen. Something too silly to be even discussed. But she knew me. She knew about my problems, so I told her. I watched a stand-up comedy show. Seriously? Yeah, it's true. I watched one of my favorite stand-up comedians. I knew he recently got married to someone he loves. Someone I thought was very similar to him. All this time, I thought he took the easy way out, finding someone who quickly be accepted by the family. He was born into the family he's about to make. But it turned out his journey was far from easy. There were hardships I never knew he faced, and when he talked about it, it scared me. Why? The fact that I'll have to deal with it someday, the fact that I might have to choose between... I sighed. At least when I see people on the train, I imagine a life with them. Those imaginary people don't create these kind of problems. They do create different kind of problems, though. She's right. You know, sometimes I feel like I want to go to the tallest building in the city and just jump, you know? To die? That's not to fly, you fool. Because if that really happened, all the things that are scaring me won't matter. I can fly. Why the hell would I still care about all those boring everyday problems? Ain't that the dream, weirdo? She said as she lit another cigarette, leaving the discussion unresolved until it comes back around with the spring rains. That's the end of it. I can't lie to you, this short little excerpt here, it does actually speak to me. I can definitely relate to this way of thinking. Oh man, that sucks. Alright, so back to Freya. The chief called me to her office, and things went downhill from there. She realized immediately that it was the reason for my poor performance lately. And she didn't like it, of course. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. What are you gonna do now? Write the goddamn novel, I guess. And after that, I hope that sells well. If not, I don't know.
We do not understand what is really happening, Miss Freya. But we feel the immense sadness and frustration you feel. How about a warm cup of drink? It is on the house?
Huh? You allowed to do that?
We will pay for the drink.
Nah, it's okay. Don't worry about him. It's on the house. That was a nice thing to do, Neil.
That was the best thing to do according to our senses.
It was.
So, what do you want to drink, Miss Freya?
Your favorite.
Our favorite?
Anything. I trust you with the decision. Freya, do you know what love is? It's having somebody tell you that you can have the whole world and saying, no, I'm okay with this. Oh my God. I just hit myself there. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, I just hit myself. Alright, so yes, that's Neil's hand! Neil did it! Yeah, this game is cool.
Here is your drink. Especially crafted by the owner of this coffee shop.
Well, who else was gonna do it? Thank you so much for this. I always wondered why your place only served hot drinks. But today, I might have an idea why. How far along are you with the novel? I can prepare the draft in a few days, I think. Now I don't really need to care about other deadlines. And if I imagine to infuse some coffee and creativity into my blood, that sounds doable? Even without the caffeine infusion.
Excuse me, Miss Freya? We have learned extensively about the Earthlings' bodies. All about the races. And we do not think infusing your blood with coffee would be advisable.
Sorry, Neil. I'm not really in the mood for this sort of conversation.
It was just...
Neil? Freya wasn't serious about infusing herself with coffee.
Oh. We're glad to hear that, then.
That was a figure of speech, Neil.
Ah, we have heard of that term. It is still very hard to understand your language.
It will always be hard, Neil. Languages keep on changing.
Understood. At least we are here now to learn the basics of how Earthlings communicate. Miss Freya, if we may ask?
Ask away.
How fast do you write?
Not fast enough, apparently.
But do you have numbers?
Numbers?
How many words do you produce per day?
I don't think I have the exact number. But full time? I should be able to write between 3,000 and 5,000 words per day. That's a lot. That's raw. After that, I still need to edit it. I usually end up with just half of what I originally wrote.
According to our research, the standard number of words for the thing you need to write is between 50 and 100,000.
Yeah, that's right. But for this draft, I don't need to write that much.
That is a pleasant information to hear. How many words do you need to write?
Let's see. I think it should be around 15,000 words. That's pretty big for a pitch draft. Well, it's GRA Media, the biggest publisher around.
If we count based on numbers of words, it seems like you will be able to achieve your target easily.
Yeah, I wish. Writing isn't only about the number of words, Neil. It requires things outside the mere word count. If we only judge writers by the ability to write large numbers of words, then we wouldn't have poetry or short stories.
That is pretty hard to understand. But we learned beforehand that art is a difficult matter, even for Earthlings.
Yeah?
Earthlings seem to have a fascination for things which are hard to understand. From languages to arts.
Right again. But you're not that wrong about writing, you know. Word count is one of the few things you can objectively judge a story by. It's not the most important thing, though. But it's up there.
So it's still a valid parameter.
Definitely.
Cool.
That didn't sound at all like you, Neil. I guess you really are learning something in Earth.
Oh, another guest. Good evening, Miss Myrtle.
I won't even ask. Except for one thing. Who's making the drinks? Yeah, I'm still the one responsible for that. Good. Coffee with a little bit of ginger, please. Alright, I got you this time. So, coffee, ginger. Just a little bit of ginger. Okay, I got you. I understand the nuance now. Oh, that's the actual name! Did you mean to do that? Serve it.
Your order is ready.
Not bad. Thanks.
You are welcome. What brings you here today, Miss Myrtle?
And while they're talking, I'm going to check my phone one more time. Got a new recipe. Appreciate that, Myrtle. Appreciate that. Jahi Tobruk. Ginger Preside is over the ground of coffee at the bottom of the cup. Originally from Indonesia. I would have guessed that. And there's been some development somewhere around here. Game programming. Working on Full Metal Complex series. Yeah, that's been that way. Nothing has really changed there. I'm guessing that's why she changed the profile pic, because she's not working anymore. By the way, I can't help but notice we haven't seen Georgie in a minute too. That's another thing I'm worried about. Laura seems like she went abroad. So there's that. Bailey, I don't see his profile changing at all, probably because I messed up. Hyde is out of town for now. Okay. Neil, some people come to the coffee shop just to sit down without being disturbed, okay?
Oh, that definitely seems to fit Miss Myrtle's visit here.
Actually, I'm not here to just sit around without being disturbed. Well, pardon us. I was just training Neil on how to talk with the customers here. Yeah, I can see that. You're still trying to get laid.
Oh! No, we were not. No, of course not. We were tasked with learning how Earthlings communicate with each other.
Yeah, that's a step in the right direction. One suggestion, if you want to blend in with us, stop using such formal language. Start talking the way we talk. Start listening the way we listen. Which essentially is not really listening at all.
That will be very difficult to achieve. But we will try.
And by the way, Freya, I told you about looking at me with those eyes. Bro, this look is dangerous. This look is dangerous. Especially for a person working behind the counter. Oh, brother.
Step by step.
One small step for you. Might be one giant leap for your kind.
That was nicely said, Miss Freya. By the way, Miss Myrtle, now that we know you are not here for your usual activities, are you here for someone then?
Yeah. Oh, is it Aqua? Uh-huh. What's the occasion? No special occasion. It's just, squishy. I'm sorry. I'm late. I was, supposed to leave early, but... What is this? What is happening here? I already told the barista to call the cops when he's was going to breed here. Wait, hold on, let me try that again. I already told the barista to call the cops when he was going to be here. Nope, I'm not grabbing it. I'm not captioning it. Nope, I got nothing. Where is Jay? Wait, Neil is the only one here? I thought I was here. Where is Jay? Miss Aqua, please relax. I'm here. Oh, you're safe. Yep, everything's fine. Oh, okay. Please, let me take a breath. Here, please drink this water. Feeling better now? Yes. I'm sorry.
It is all right, Miss Aqua. Everyone has been surprised to see me here.
What are you doing here anyway?
We are starting to think we might need to make a recording for the answer to this question.
You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
No problem, Miss Aqua. It is time for our break anyway. So, here's the deal.
Bro, Neil just said, here's the deal. He's been hanging out with us too long already. That's it's really interesting. Very nice of you to do this, Jay. Nah, it's nothing really. But do you think one day is enough to learn everything?
Definitely not. But we do not want to disturb this place's business for any longer.
As if this place cares about business.
Besides, we want to travel around the planet more. This coffee shop is a good start. But we cannot limit ourselves to just this place.
Where do you want to go after this?
Coachella.
What? What are you gonna do at Coachella?
According to our research, there are many breedings happen during Coachella.
This is very true.
This is why we decided that the event will be our next target.
Well, you're not wrong. He's not wrong. But did you say that the baby has to be born out of love? What? Who said anything about that, Freya?
Yes. We noticed that. But we also noticed that we need to know a lot more about Earthlings, including the breeding matters. That is what we will study in Coachella. After that, we will be very ready to breed with so many female Earthlings.
I shouldn't say this, but hell. That sounds like the best plan you've had since you got here.
We know. We also surprised ourselves. But please, Miss Freya, let us stop talking about our plan. We work here today. First, let us return to our spot behind the bar. So, our discussion with Miss Myrtle has stopped abruptly.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What are you two doing together? It's nothing. We're just friends, you know? Yeah. We just want to hang out and talk about our work. We both work in the same field, remember? Yeah, that's it. I don't have that much experience in game development, you see. I thought your research in computer graphics... Okay, that's not supposed to be flashing red. Yeah, but I've never made a game from scratch before. I was always a bystander. So I've been asking Myrtle for feedback this time. Today, I wanted to thank her directly. But she arrived first. So I couldn't buy her a drink. Yeah, never mind that. I'd refuse it anyway. But Wait. If you want to thank her directly, doesn't it mean you're done with the game?
Excuse me, Miss Freya. It should be your. You are, not your.
Oh, so you are correcting my grammar now, huh? It was a slip of the tongue, okay? I'm sorry. How did you even pick up on that anyway? It's not like I'm saying it's written down anywhere. Freya, come here. Come here, give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a hug, Freya. I know you don't exist, but goddamn it, give me a hug.
We just know.
Alright, back to you, Aqua. So, you are done with the game. There's quite a lot of things I need to polish and fix. But players can enjoy the experience from start to finish. What kind of feedback do you give people for a video game? That depends on the game. But in Aqua's case, most of the advice was about pacing, control, the UI, and UX. It must be fun to have finished working on their creation. It surely removed some of the weight off my chest. Just to replace it with another weight. You mean there's still more to come after you're done? I'm not done with my book. I just lost my job. And if I can't finish this draft in time, I'm done. And even after all that, if it doesn't sell well, I'm even more done. Doubly done. I'm sorry to hear that, Freya. But please, be more confident. I'm even starting to doubt myself. I read some of your short stories, you know. Even after our first meeting. I subscribed to the Evening Whispers app. And then I read some of your stuff you wrote. They're really good, you know? Some of them are better than others. But it's still an enjoyable experience to read them. So, I'm excited to check out your book once it's done. You're too kind, Aqua. What you going through? It's more or less the same of what Myrtle's going through. So I'm sure you'll both be fine. You don't have to talk about it in front of other people. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just that sharing is caring, you know? Okay. Thank you for helping me share with other people. I am really sorry. I know, I said thanks already, alright? But you should put more emphasis on share. That sarcasm, I know that. Aqua. I'm sorry if it sounded that way. But yeah, I kinda get what you're dealing with. Although it's a bit different for me. What's your problem? Burnout. I've been working on something for 2 years straight. But no one outside the office knows about it. And those who do don't seem to appreciate it at all. I thought Full Metal Conflict had a new game every 2 years. Yes. I don't really work on them. Not directly. So what do you work on? A secret project. I'll tell you when, friend, okay? Oh, right? I'm not with the paper anymore, anyway. I'm part of a special team. We're tasked with making a breakthrough in the studio. We need to be able to make a prototype for a new IP. Or worst case, another FMC game in a different genre. Isn't that a dream job for some people? That's what I thought at first. You're a writer, right? Imagine being a writer, but you can't publish anything you write. For years. That doesn't sound like a pleasant situation at all. My team has been making pitches, dozens of them, hundreds, thousands even. Out of all those countless pitches, only a handful got approved by prototyping. And so far, none of the prototypes have been approved. Ouch. There are only 7 of us on the team. The 7 samurai, that's what we said. So they haven't released anything for the last 2 years? Sometimes our team works to support others when they're going through a crunch cycle. They need to hit an almost impossible target. We jump in. No wonder you folks are considered the 7 samurai. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. By the way, Myrtle, I just realized. What? Usually developers get their vacation time after finishing a project, right? More or less, yeah. When was the last time you had a vacation? Oof. Before I joined this company, I guess. That's like 4 years ago. Uh-huh. Dude, no wonder you're so burned out. Yes, that's why. You need a vacation. But I can't take one. You can. In fact, you will do it tomorrow. But tomorrow is... I'm not done yet. You will take tomorrow, the day after, and another day off. But where should I go? Don't worry, I'll take care of that. You will? I'm going with you for this long weekend vacation. What about Max West? That's not this weekend. Forget about it for now. Hey, okay. But I can't do it tomorrow. How about starting Friday? It's still a long weekend getaway, right? Alright. Oh, I'm so excited. Wow, Aqua. You look like a different person. Really? I'm sorry. Don't be. Okay, it's settled then. I need to go home now and prepare for our getaway. Alright, I'll come with you. To my apartment? No, we'll walk together to the bus stop, just like last time. Oh. Okay then. Everyone, see you next week, okay? Have fun. Take care out there.
May you find joy during your vacation.
Ew, squishy. Okay, see you folks later. Vacation, huh? You definitely need one, Freya. I know. But now, I've got to finish this draft first.
As we have said before, you can do it, Miss Freya.
Thanks, Neil. Anyway, are you going to close anytime soon? Eh, depends. Why? I'm in the mood for some writing. And please, take your time. You sure? Do you want another drink to be going on with? Still on the house. I definitely won't say no. Spanish Sahara. There it is. The thing I was supposed to make that I still don't know how to make. So thanks for that. Warm and cozy, just like a day in Barcelona. Friday, October 2nd, 2020. Uh-oh. Evening Whisperers is the people for stricter gun laws. What? New healthier Fury sedatives might be available sooner. Okay. Action video game, Rising Hell, blamed for violence in school. Well, that's usually the case, ain't it? Nothing new there. Welcome. Well, okay. Good evening, Mr. Baileys. Evening. Am I the first customer tonight? You are. That's new. Reyes not here. She says she's coming later tonight. Got something to do with meeting some fellow writer friends? Or something like that. I don't know. Why not do it here? It's her favorite place, right? Her friends have visited this place from time to time. Just not as much as her. Writers gathering, huh? I wonder what writers talk about when they're hanging out. I've known them for some years now. She has this habit, you know? If she said they're friends, it means they're just hanging out normally. But if she said they're writer friends, they're probably talking about work. Even giving each other feedback on their latest drafts. Or sharing and validating ideas. Interesting. They even use code words for meeting up. Oh, it's not like that. She doesn't even realize that that's what she says. I just picked up on it. That's even more interesting. Are you always so observant? It's part of the job. Why is that? People come here every day. Some of them aren't as talkative as others. But their body language can be loud and clear. Hold up, let me check something. My brother left for a while. He came back with what I think is a milkshake. I still haven't tried it yet, so let me go ahead and figure out what this is. Sorry for the little intermission, but y'all get a little taste of what I'm dealing with here. By the way, it's from Cookout, so I'm pretty sure the shake is good regardless. Alright. Oh my god, that's cheesecake. Let's go. Yeah, I think it's just base cheesecake. No, that's caramel. No, that's caramel. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a problem sitting in front of me. That's gonna be a real problem sitting in front of me. But alright, let me continue. Yeah, but their body language can be loud and clear. It can tell you a lot of things, you know? Whether they need a friendlier ear or just want to be alone. It applies to what they're ordering as well. Because, you know, sometimes what people want is not what they need. That's deeper than I would have thought. So, what are you reading from me now? I won't say. Why? That would break the charm. hell was that? I guess I can say this much. Whatever I say or do to our customers, it's always related to what I'm getting from their body language. Including your interaction now? Including our interaction now. Man. Now I see why you didn't want to share. Even that was enough to make me feel like I'm naked in front of you. By the way, I haven't ordered anything. What are you having tonight? Hot chocolate. With ginger and cinnamon. I heard that's a good drink for a bitter heart. Okay, I gotta roll back real quick. I'm still thinking about that cheesecake. Let me get another swig. Hold on. Okay, I'm good. That's gonna be very hard to focus. Okay, hot chocolate with ginger and cinnamon. Okay, I'm gonna try both combinations and try to see if there's a signature somewhere there. Yes, ginger and cinnamon, like I was thinking. And no, I clearly did not forget it. I don't know what you guys talking about. Alright, let's try that again. Oh, yeah, that's a winner. Bitter heart. It's so weird they programmed it like that. Because you would start to think, okay, if I just have the number of ingredients in it, it should pan out, right? No, the order actually matters. Which puts so much more possibilities out there. So many possibilities out there. Which makes it fun, for the most part. Well, here you go. You're a pretty romantic person, huh? Spending extra time decorating this drink. Only for special people and special drinks. By the way, I gotta check something real quick. Bitter heart, shadows that will help you try to hide. That's a weird way to describe a drink. Me and Bailey's cool now. Punk, been listening to Pumpkin Spice since I was a wee lad. Escaping bloodlines, experiencing life one color at a time. One day I will have my own solo expedition. You mean like family, personal, or like... Okay, there haven't been any developments anywhere around here. Say, Jay, tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Anything. How old are you? Old enough to open a coffee shop. Oh, man. I guess I should say sorry for asking that. No, we're good. I'm not too sensitive about my age. But that's the only answer I can give. Now you're making me wonder. What I should ask next? Oh, well, sorry. Oh my god. Freya, you good? Hello, everyone. Why are both of you looking at me like that? Freya? You look horrible. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to be the echo of our dear barista here. Yeah, you do. What happened? You'd be better asking what didn't happen. Because the answer would be proper sleep. And decent progress on my draft. You need to rest. And miss my deadline? Hell no. Sorry, Baileys. I won't be able to keep you company. Because I have to finish this thing. And for that, I'll need a whole hell of a lot of espresso. You sure about that? You really should just rest. Get something to help you sleep. Espresso! Please? I could. Okay. Alright. Alright, Freya. I'm gonna do this for you. But you come back to me like the way you are now, you getting this Galahad. I can promise you that. I don't want to do this. You really need to have some rest, Freya. Just give me the damned espresso. Okay. This will keep me from falling asleep. So, how was the meeting? Yeah, it was pretty good. Got a lot of good advice. But that also means things. And not a small number of them, mind you. Need to be rewritten. Oh. It's not that bad. Speaking of not being that bad. Wow, you really put in another one. Alright, happily ever after, part 1. Do I want to grow old with you? No, I don't want to do that. But I do want to be with you, here in this moment, stuck in eternal limbo, in an infinite loop of this exact hour, forever. Hell yeah, I do. That's probably the last time Romeo remembers having a really meaningful conversation with Juliet. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, dear readers. Just like any other story, this one also has a beginning, and it begins with an introduction. Romeo's a young man of 20. He comes from a quite conservative, but not yet out-of-touch family, in other words. They're just like almost every other family in the world. He hates this name his parents gave him, and he hates it even more knowing that his life is so far fulfilling. All the cliches of his fictional namesake falling in love with a girl named Juliet is really just the icing on the cliched cake. Juliet is a young woman of 20. She also comes from quite conservative but not yet out of touch family. In other words, they are also just like almost every other family in the world. She loves the name her parents gave her, although she hates the fact that her life so far is fulfilling half the cliches of her fictional namesake. Falling in love with a boy named Romeo is unfortunate, but she has no plans to die stupidly over it. Okay, so this one is definitely about Baileys and Loa. Both of them study at the same university, and they're definitely not the type of people who naturally choose to be friends. Fate, however, in the form of a hip young lecturer with an enthusiasm for assigning groups of projects and an unfortunate sense of humor, is what brings them together. A simple group assignment is what introduces our young Romeo and Juliet to each other. Even after their first fated meeting, and the many, many more meetings required to finish the assignment, there's no sign that Romeo means anything more to Juliet than a friendly acquaintance she's spent a lot of time in the library with. Nor honestly does that mean that much more to them. In fact, after she made an ill-judged joke about the literary elephant in the room, she probably means significantly less. But as time goes on, and the group of assignments keep coming without the lecturer ever assigning new partners, Romeo and Juliet become closer. They both begin to see things in each other that they hadn't noticed before. Though for Romeo, the fact is rather frightening. How could I fall for somebody like her? And the name Juliet, no less. I can't accept it. My mind's just playing tricks on me again. And again, around and around, his thoughts chase themselves after whenever he sees her. The day is Monday, and Romeo has a class he needs to attend. However, something is different. Normally a relatively anxious fellow, he finds going to a class requires a lot of willpower. Today, however, he finds himself hurrying to get there. He knows why, of course, but he refuses to admit it to himself quite yet. The first thing Romeo does when he opens the door is to look for a specific table, a table where Juliet always sits. To his unacknowledged disappointment, the table is empty. Fuck! Mutters Romeo under his breath. He doesn't curse because Juliet is not there, of course. Rather, he curses because noticing this was the first thing he did upon entering the room. After sitting in his usual place, Romeo reopens his book and begins reading. Every time someone opens the door, Romeo turns immediately to look and quietly whispers a curse. Again, he is not cursing because he is disappointed it's not Juliet who enters. He is cursing because he turned to look. A few minutes before the class begins, Juliet finally arrives, announcing herself and her friend with a braying laugh as she does. That sound used to be one of the most annoying sounds in the world, at least as far as Romeo was concerned, but today it brings a smile back to his face. Fuck! Curses Romeo again after he realized he just smiled at that sound. Is Romeo in love? He probably is, but he doesn't want to admit it. Falling in love with Juliet is dangerous, extremely dangerous. They come from completely different backgrounds, they have different skin colors, and they worship different gods. He has no problem with interracial relationships. Of course he doesn't, but he never expected it to happen to him. It simply will not do. I need to talk to you, Romeo looks up. Juliet standing over his table. Her jaw is set, but her eyes are worried. And he completely forgets all about his own problems. What's up, he asks. Can you keep it secret? It's really important. Sure, I guess I can. Good enough, because I really need someone to talk to. So Juliet sits down and begins to tell begins telling her story to Romeo. She talks about the problems she's facing over the past few months, how they affect her study, and how he's not the first person she's talked to about this. On and on. And Romeo listens to every word. Eventually, Juliet stops talking and sits quietly. Romeo thinks that she looks somehow lighter than she did before she began talking. She doesn't know how to react to what she's told him. He tries giving her some advice. Really stupid advice, he thinks, as he says it. But he believes it's probably much better than just listening and nodding and watching her walk away. He doesn't think he wants her to walk away from him. He thinks about this. One thing is for sure, Juliet trusts Romeo as a friend. They've shared a secret now. Even though Juliet shared the same secret with others before him, it still makes Romeo happy. So damn happy. How pathetic am I? Being happy because someone I like came and told me she's not? Romeo thinks and then shakes his head like a dog shaking off water. After sharing everything she had wanted to share, Juliet starts talking about lighter topics. Soon they are joking freely. I'm sorry, I thought I saw something outside. They are joking freely. The dark mood of earlier almost completely dissipates. Just before Juliet arrives, Romeo asks her something. Why do you tell me all that? Well, I don't know, really. I think I can trust you. You're one of those rare few people who can talk people directly about sugarcoat and everything. It's refreshing. She shrugs. I guess that's why. What Juliet said is true, but Romeo finds it amusing that even though he normally speaks directly to everyone he knows, he can't do that with Juliet. He's not himself when she's around, or so he believes. After that conversation, Romeo falls even more helplessly in love with Juliet. It's stupid, he thinks. As someone who rarely falls so hard for anyone, but Juliet is driving him crazy. And the fact that she makes him feel the closest thing to love he's felt in years. Yet a big wall of culture, norms, and other societal traditions stand between them hurts him even more. That is, of course, if Juliet is even into him that anyway. As weeks go by, Juliet and Romeo become closer. They start telling each other stories more often. But all these stories are limited to their courses, their friends, and anything at all besides their feelings for each other. She's not into me. She's just an extrovert. She's friendly with everyone, Romeo keeps thinking. And it's when he's thinking about that suddenly Juliet comes and sits at his table. So, you say you wanted to tell me something? It's true. He has already sent a message to Juliet telling her he wanted to talk to her about something. Oh, wow. Diving straight in. It's nothing at all that important, actually, says Romeo. Come on. Come on. It's not like you won't be so indirect about things. What's wrong with you, boy? What's wrong with the boyo? Damn, she says boyo. Romeo actually called Juliet to talk about her attitude recently. She's been weird, at least in Romeo's eyes, and it feels like she's getting further away, removing herself from many student activities she usually partake in. Juliet answers all his questions, all his thoughts and his concerns about how she seems to be removing herself from all the side activities she manages to shrug off easily. Explain. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm obsessing over every single thing she does, thinks Romeo, while a pit opens up in his gut at the thought. Is that all? Anything else you want to say? She questions him. Fair is fair and all. Do you know that I used to like you? The words come out from Romeo's mouth, out of the blue. He's horrified. Even as he recognizes that it's a lie, he still likes her now. He doesn't even know why he decided to confess his feelings right at this random moment. Never mind, he confessed them with a half lie. It wasn't planned at all. But when he heard Juliet say, "Anything else?" Well, it's definitely one thing Romeo has been planning to say to Juliet for at least a few thousand eons. Whereas normal human measure time sits around 8 months ago. Juliet shows a flash of surprise and then says, "No, I had no idea at all. Why?" "Why what? Why do you like me? Or do you like me? I mean, there must be a reason." "Oh, of course there is." Romeo opens up his mouth and tell her and pauses. He blinks slowly and closes his mouth again. "Or not. I don't know. I think there is, but I'm not sure." I'm sorry, I'm talking gibberish. Juliet does not respond to that. Romeo doesn't even dare to look at her directly, but he can see out of the corner of his eye that she looks dumbfounded. He takes a breath and opens his mouth again, hoping for a lightning strike. Divine inspiration for instant death, or he isn't picky. Okay, I see you as a really strong person, okay? You have a big girly side, but you're also a really strong, independent person. Okay, I get the girly part, but what makes you think I'm strong? Well, just look at how you work with all your assignments and organizations. I definitely could never deal with everything as well as you do, ever. Ah, come on. Everybody has something they're good at. You can do things I can't. That's pretty normal, you know? I know, but still, I'm not sure that's probably what attracts me to you the most. When he says that, Romeo tries looking at Juliet just for a moment. He saw a twitch of a smile on her lips, but dared not to even hope. He ascribes it to his imagination instead. "So, what's next then?" asked Juliet. "To be honest, I don't know. I said this because I can't keep hiding it forever. I needed to say it to you, even though I know it's impossible for me to ask you out, considering all the differences between us." Juliet pauses. "Oh, of course. You don't need to say anything, though. I just needed to get it out of the system, that's all I wanted to say." "Well, okay then. I have something else to do. You don't have anything more to say, right?" "Yeah, I mean, no. I mean, that's all." Juliet nods and says goodbye, then quickly walks away. After Juliet leaves, Romeo lets out a heavy sigh. "Good work there. That's one hell of a lot of old baggage just to let go. And a whole hell lot of new baggage I just replaced it with." Here is an interesting fact about our Romeo. During the whole conversation, he hadn't been able to keep himself from shaking. It's an old habit that he can't let go of. To his relief, they've been sitting during the whole conversation, so he could hide his tremor. Still, even though he feels intense relief after telling Juliet about his feelings, his hands were still trembling. He has to wait a couple more minutes before he can walk away himself. So now, after Romeo's long-awaited but ultimately useless confession, what's next for our Juliet and her Romeo? Funnily enough, neither she nor Romeo ever mention it again, at least not to each other. Romeo did eventually tell some of his friends about his feelings for Juliet, but what about Juliet? Romeo didn't know anything about how she was coping with his revelation. He expected that she probably told some of her friends, as he had told his, but that doesn't even matter. He tells himself. We're not meant for each other anyway. Watching this from the outside, nothing seems to change between them. They still talk about their classes, about their friends, about shows they've watched, and books they've read, but they never ever mention again the time when Romeo revealed his feelings to Juliet. At first, Romeo had thought confessing his feelings would mean letting go of a big boulder inside of his heart. As it turned out, it only transformed the boulder into a restless rock monster asking for more. Eventually he realized letting Juliet know about his feeling isn't enough. He needs to have her. He wants to hold her tight. He wants to stare into her eyes. Tell her he loves her. To Pluto and back. He wants to hear her say, I love you too. He wants to kiss her. He wants to run away with her to a place where no one cares about their differences and just see them as a cute couple in love. He wants to do all the things in life together with her. And more than anything on this earth, he simply wants her. This feeling is killing him. How could she be acting normally after that revelation? Does it mean his feelings mean nothing to her at all? The peak of his emotions come one day when our hero is falling asleep. Suddenly his body is drenched in the sweat, his heart beats too fast, and his thoughts only run to one thing, Juliet. He wants, no, nothing so Prozac? He needs Juliet. He doesn't care about anything else, about the traditions, about their families, about anything. There's one thing he needs to do tomorrow, and that is to confess his feelings again to Juliet this time. However, he's gonna have to ask her out if she feels the same way. He will ask her just to give it a try and fight the world together. He resolved that he is going to take a leap of faith, and it will be the first thing he does the next time they meet. To be continued until part 2. All right, that took a while for me to read. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's not bad. Rewriting is part of the process. It's just I'm going to my usual corner. Thanks for your coffee. I might make it through the night. She looks horrible. She does. But don't worry about her. She'll finish it. This isn't the first time she's acted like this? Nope. But this time, the stakes are pretty high. So, what brings you here today? I'm not even sure myself. I had no plan tonight. And this place just came to mind. Out of the blue. I have to thank your subconscious then. I guess you should. Oh! Really? Okay. Start. Not sure whether I should think it or not, though. Hi, Loa. Hey, Bailey. How? You first. No, you first. Okay, the way they're sequencing these test boxes is so adorable. Oh my god. You first. I was just gonna ask, how are you doing? I'm fine. Thanks. How about you? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I think I need to order something first. Oh, yeah, of course. Go ahead. Hey, Jay. What do you have this evening, Miss Loa? Gingerbread coffee, please. I don't have a clue how to make that, but I'll try. Let's try that the other way around. Alright, so clearly the game is going to make me use some of my tossaways, so here we go. Gingerbread coffee, because I know how to make that. Nope. Stop it! What do you mean, stop it? Ah, I trashed 25 things. Good. That means I'm trying. Ha ha! Ha ha! By Jove, he's got it! Here it is. Don't mind the fact that I was talking to myself. I have impressed myself. Okay. I'm gonna say, where's the rest of my recipes? Where is my super suit? Sweetened with brown sugar to satisfy the Cookie Monster. Oh yeah, that's a nice way to put it. Oh man, damn. I'm sold. Where can I buy it? Thank you. My grandma used to make this drink for me. It reminds me so much of her. It reminds me of when I was growing up with my family. All right, I'm just gonna, I'm in my phone. Don't worry about me. Okay, continue. So, how's work? It's going pretty okay. You? I'm not taking any new jobs on the moment. Because, well, you know. Yeah. I get it. You have enough in your savings, right? That's a very Lua thing to ask. But yeah, I do. Thanks to that last annoying job, it went well in the end. It kinda did. They paid me on time at least. And the pay was pretty amazing. How long are you going to planning to take a break for? I don't know. Until my problems are settled, I guess. What problems are those? I'll tell you this. But don't tell anyone, okay? Not even Jay, who was standing in front of us? Not even Jay. Okay. So there's this girl. I love her. We've been going out for a few years. I'm not really sure where we stand now. How can you not be sure? We had an argument about a week ago. It wasn't anything new, but somehow things escalated uncontrollably. Why is that? I assume both of us were just tired, knowing that we're fighting against centuries of tradition. We haven't really talked since our last fight. Leaving things unresolved is not a good idea. But I can't bring myself to start the conversation. Why? Even I'm not sure about that. Pride, maybe? Or tiredness? Or knowing that chances are we won't be able to find the best solution for everyone. Anyway. Bailey's. I have a question. Alright, go ahead. What do you think she's feeling right now? To be honest, I don't know. She's not like me. That's for sure. Thankfully. Why? At least it won't affect her professional life that much. I'm glad I'm a freelancer. It means I can just take a break from work without many problems. I'm not a professional as her, you see. I think you're wrong. Really? If I were her, I would find it difficult to live life as usual. But I put on a lot of masks, just to hide the feeling I was going through. That sounds difficult and uncomfortable. It is. But a friend told me once, you gotta do what you gotta do. He must be a pretty cool guy. He is. What's next for us, Baileys? I don't know, Loa. I met some new people this week. Including that supermodel. You knew? That girl in the corner told me. Yeah, including that supermodel. And how does that make you feel? Like a fool. What? He said a lot of things that I've been trying to avoid thinking about. A lot of truths. He's a bit like you, you know. Attitude-wise. You get along with him. Oh my God, please don't put those two in the same room. I would not be able to deal with that scenario over this counter. Yeah, I doubt it. Yeah, of course you would. Opposites attract, but similarities breeds contempt. You ever heard that before? A lot. From a certain hipster elf. And I've listened to that guy. What's your stance on? You know. Us. I'm not sure, Baileys. What about you? Yourself? Had any similar experiences this week? I have, in fact. You met a vampire, and I met a werewolf. What are the odds? What are the odds indeed? What did your werewolf friend say? Not much, to be honest. But he made a good point about the importance of family. Baileys. I know I've been stubborn about you wanting me to take to make peace with my family. And I know why that's very important for you. But Freya said something that kind of hit me hard. What was that? I was just using you as an excuse to escape my family. When I actually want to do that anyway. For myself. You know me, Baileys. I do. And you know how I feel uncomfortable with people leaving their families. Which makes me an asshole, I guess. I get why you think that way, Loa. Blood is thicker than water. What should we do? Loa? Yes, Baileys? Please let me leave my family. I'll try to get your family to accept me. That sounds like the easier thing to do, after all. But you'll lose your immortality. You'll be an outcast among other elves. An outcast from a bunch of overly pretentious people? Sounds great! You'll live a long time. But you won't have the perfect health and perfect life that the elven privilege. But it's not that perfect life without you. What if our relationship doesn't last? You'll have lost everything. You'll blame me. Loa, I will never blame you for anything. If we're talking about who I used to be, that guy would have never blamed himself. 100 reasons for why something failed, but never anything to do with him. But that won't happen with us. know why? Because I've learned so many things by being with you for 10 years. It made me a better person. So, you don't need to worry about any of that. Because right now, you're the most important part of my life. I don't need an immortal life. Because without you, it won't be a life worth living. Baileys. I believe in you. Oh my God. Oh. Finished Lua and Bailey's arc. Is it because I got their meters all the way up? Is that something I'm supposed to do for everybody? Oh man. Oh, that means Hyde and Gullible. Oh, that means Rachel. Oh my God, Rachel. Lua. Baileys. I feel like we're living in a soap opera. Seems so. So, what's our plan? Tomorrow's Saturday. Are we going on a date? I'm going to my parents' place. Oh. And I want you to come with me. What? That's so sudden. Did you already have plans for tomorrow? Well, no. It's just, I'm not prepared to meet them. You'll be fine. You don't want to tell them about us first? It'll be alright. Well, they never forbade you from dating other faces. They're not a big fan of elves. That much is true. But you can prove them wrong. Okay, this could be a good first step. It is. It's set then. I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but we can think about it. And anything else. Later. I'm with you on that. So, does that mean you don't mind me? I have my doubts, but I'm sure now. I can trust you. Lua. Thank you. Are you still staying at Farron's house? Yeah? You're staying with me tonight. Huh? What about your roommate? She's away for the weekend. Taking a long weekend getaway until Sunday night. Fate is on our side, it seems. Hey Jay, yeah, what's up? We're leaving. Thank you so much for keeping up with us this past week. The pleasure was mine. We're off then. See you. Thank you for coming. Well, that ended nicely. Nice little wrapped up paper. And by the way, Freya, you were looking much better. You feeling better? That was pretty intense. Oh, you're back in the real world? I just pretend not to notice. You're like one of the main reasons why I'm writing this story. So, I have to see their struggle till the end. It's important for the writing, you know? That's cold. What? It's not like that. It's just that... Yeah, that was cold. I'm sorry. You look better than before, though. For now. I can't tell you how I feel until it's done. And I don't. What the fuck is that sound? Gala? Gala? Whoa! Freya, get over here! This wolf! Is that him? I think so. Welcome, sir. Are you crazy? You can't treat that werewolf in the fury like a normal customer? Trust me. He must have his reasons for coming here. You can relax, sir. Do you need anything? Something to calm you down, maybe? Don't worry, I got you. Oh no! Oh no! Gala had a fit. Served Gala when he had turned into a werewolf. Hell yeah. That means I got it right? Here's your... Oh? Oh? What the hell? Is that really him? After seeing the reaction to the drink, 100%. Well, whoever he is, this place survived. Thankfully, yes. Whoo! Okay, oh man. I'll probably... Oh, that was something. Yeah. Oh my god. Bro, that was stressful. Okay, I need to check my other stuff too, man. Probably S-Tim MJ, Milk Ginger Honey, Mercury Eye, GT Brook. Alright. Holy shit, man. I really didn't want to mess that up. But I think I need to close up the shop early. Don't want to cause any more ruckus. And I need to clean up some of the mess anyway. Good idea. Can you get back alright by yourself? I'll manage. Take care of your way back. You be careful too. See you tomorrow. See ya. Holy shit, bro. That was intense. Whew. The fact I couldn't even pull out my phone was so funny. That was Alright, game. Alright, game. Nah, you got that one. Oh. Saturday, October 3rd, 2020. I guess I didn't recognize that the moon was definitely full yesterday. Okay. Fair. Weird Stein Company criticized for unfair depictions of werewolf in their latest box office hit. Coachella 2020 do's and don'ts. Atlantic ambassador in talks with Fire regarding immigration. Welcome. Oh, God, Freya. Come on, baby girl. Yeah, good evening, Freya. Hey. When was the last time you slept? I still sleep like a normal person, you know? I slept for 6 hours. Last night? No, I've slept for 6 hours this week. That's not healthy. Get some rest, really. I can rest when it's done. That's stupid. Oh, shut up. So, what's your plan now? Now is in right at this moment? I'm planning to go to the bathroom and wash my face. I need to make sure I don't look like a dead woman walking, actually. And after that, I'll continue writing. Freya? Oh well. You know where the bathroom is. Okay, I need something to drink now. Freya? You're unemployed. Don't waste your money on coffee shop drinks. That is so weird. Coming from the coffee shop owner. I know. You've been a regular for years. If you only need the vibes of the place, just right here. No, you can't do that. You don't have any customers tonight. What would I do if this place went bankrupt? It won't happen. How can you be so sure? Just take this tap water and go do your work, okay? But... see, there's a customer coming right now. So don't worry about me. Oh. Rough night, huh? Hi, Gala. Okay, still no developments, but... wait, what did that say? Okay, nothing changed there. Well, we know they figured out. They got their conclusion, so I'm cool with that. What's wrong? I know you're a man of few words, but this may be pushing it a bit. Freya? Jay, I am truly very sorry for what happened yesterday. Gala. Hey, it's alright. No one got hurt, right? And the coffee shop's fine. Don't think about it too much, Gala. Like Freya said, no casualties and no problems with the coffee shop. Still need to redeem myself for the mess I made and the scare I gave you. I'm sure there's something I can do. Why don't you buy something for the lady here? I'm sure she'll appreciate it. Hey, what do you mean? Do you want anything to drink, Freya? No! No, that's alright, Gala. I insist. You don't have to. Please accept it. At least it'll help me stop feeling so guilty, at least. A little. Alright. I wouldn't mind a coffee. Not an espresso, mind you. Something with a little less of a kick. You know, how to make sugar and spice. The one with cinnamon? Yeah. Cup of sugar and spice, please. Gotta tell you, I don't know how to do that one. Actually don't know how to do that one. Apparently I knew how to do that one. I do know. I lied. Surprise, surprise. I can imagine he came in, handed it to her, and then shaking his head real coy like, sugars and spices for the lady with the vices. Hey. Oh well, I won't complain. Thank you, Gala. Don't mention it. Jay, are you sure there's nothing I can do for you? You don't have to do anything, Gala. You pretty much saved my shop secretly anyway, so I appreciate you, bro. If you weren't hammering home how to make your recipe, it definitely could have had a bad time here. It's fine, bro. To be honest, I'm curious, though. What happened yesterday? Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you usually stay indoors during the full moon, don't you? I usually do. But there was an emergency at the hospital yesterday. What kind of emergency? Oh, Gala, please don't say the zombie virus. The hospital was really packed yesterday. After that announcement. Announcement? The one saying that a replacement government issue Fury sedative will be available soon. Releasing that news on the day of the full moon was just stupid. So many restless werewolves came, asking about the sedative, which isn't ready yet. But the announcement said it wasn't ready, just that it was coming soon. You think people read the whole article? They only saw the headline or glanced at it for a news stall. Then they went straight to the hospital. Don't blame them, though. Finding out that the only publicly available sedative is dangerous is difficult for some people. I ended up having to explain it to dozens of werewolves. I even had to put some rogue werewolves in the isolation rooms. It was that bad, huh? Yeah, to the point we ran out of rooms to put them in. That's why at the end of my shift, I left immediately. Normally, I'd have asked a friend to lock me in one of the isolation rooms, of course. But I couldn't, so I rushed back to my apartment. But it was too late. Thankfully, I was in the area. And I managed to force myself to come to your place. Gala, excuse me for asking this. Yes? But you didn't hurt anyone on the way here, right? As far as I remember, no. And I didn't see any blood on my clothes. That's good to hear. This might sound overly confident, considering what happened yesterday. But I have enough control to make sure I don't hurt anyone. As long as I have something to direct my fury towards. Usually, I end up destroying stuff around me. Or worst case, hurting myself. Despite all that, I'm still glad no one got hurt. Always looking for the positive side, aren't you? Just doing my job. Thanks, both of you. I really mean it. But please, if there's anything I can do to pay... if there's anything I can do to help, please don't hesitate to ask me right away. Will do. In the meantime, can I order the drink? Sure, what are you having? Same as yesterday. Oh man, what? Oh, what is it? Oh, what was it again? I'm just kidding. I made it under pressure. I think I got it at this point. I think I just got it at this point. I don't know. Here's your special brew, my friend. Thank you. The drink that saved me. Once again, thank you for helping me find this drink. By the way, Gala, now that you can be 100% sure that the drink is your natural sedative, why don't you put some in a bottle and carry it with you everywhere? That's the plan. It has to be warm, though. I could use a vacuum flask, I suppose. I'll give it a try next full moon. Let's do that. Don't worry, Freya. I'm going to stay at my place for the next full moon. I'm not taking any risks before I can make sure how effective that remedy is. Whew. What the? Bro, I am so nervous every time somebody walks in now. Rachel? What's going on? Uh-oh. I think the time has come. What else? Your father? Of course. What the hell was he thinking? Coming backstage at Coachella? Just to get in an argument with my manager? Huh? Before we continue, Jay, cafe latte, please. I know how to make one of those when it's important. Not quite at this moment, but when it's important, I know how to make one of those. Your cafe latte is ready. Thanks. How did he manage to get backstage? He told security he was my father. And he messaged me about coming beforehand. Said he was just going to wish me luck. So I told him, let him in, of course. He's still my father. Things were nice at first. But then my manager came. And... I don't know why he hates him so much. It's showbiz. I'm mature enough to know what's good or bad for me. What happened after that? Mr. Lester told the security guards to kick him out. He's still allowed in the festival area. I saw him in the crowds. Did the concert go well, at least? Oh, yeah. Other than the arguments backstage, everything was great. I was the first one to play in the main stage. Usually no one pays much attention to whoever's on first. But there were thousands of people in the audience during my session. Nice! So, you don't need to be at the event anymore after this. Not really. I did my stage time. And there was this press conference after my show. After show press conference? Yeah, the pre-show was done already. Today was a small one. There were almost a dozen journalists who wanted to interview me. So we decided to just do a mini conference. Good for you. You're totally back in the game, huh? I guess I am. Thanks to Mr. Lester. I would say it's because of you. But your manager's probably worked some of his influence too. So, why are you here? Because of Dad, of course. I told him to come here this evening. We really need to set things straight. He needs to stop messing with my manager so much. And because this evening is the only time we can meet, I can't go to the party Mr. Lester was hosting. That's probably a good thing. What party? He's hosting a party for the VIPs and artists he manages at Club in Belltown. Is it okay for you to go to a party without a guardian? I'm 18, remember? I'm an adult. Yeah, but you can only enter some clubs if you're 21. Not this time. Because Mr. Lester is my manager, and it's his party. I'm not sure about that. It's true. No, I know you can do that by using his name. But I don't think you should do that with you. I don't think he should do that with you. Why? I'm an adult. No, you're not, Rachel. Have you ever been to one of those Lester parties? Well, no. You have? Not personally. I've heard stories. What stories? He knows how to party. That's good then, right? That's not necessarily a good thing. Knowing how to party might mean something else entirely. I don't know what you're talking about. You'll find out. Especially if you keep Lester on as your manager. Personally, I don't mind wild parties. But inviting an underage person to this party might be a bit too far. Oh, Hendry, brother. Meow. Huh? What the hell? Oh no. Dad. What? Rachel, is that Mr. Hendry? Yeah. Dad? What happened? Jay, can you get a cup of milk for him, please? Just milk? Yeah, just milk. Yeah. Here you go. Oh, he tipped it over. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm such a cat person now. I'm such a cat person now. It's unbelievable. Trying to be a better father while running a record store. So, this altercation, I'm going to go ahead and say 100%. I probably blew it because Rachel's meter is not completely full. Hi there, I'm Rachel Influenza. You might have seen me in your screen singing, dancing, or modeling, working on a new album, especially for you right now. That's a weird message to put out there as a child. That's a weird message to put out there as a child. You should shoot your PR. Thank you. Dad, please hold on. Can somebody help call an ambulance, please? They're on the way. I've contacted the hospital. Thank you. I've also contacted your Nekomimi expert personally. She's off shift right now, but she's also on the way. Thank you so much. I don't know what might have happened without your help. Yeah, don't mention it. Here they come. I'll go with you. Okay. Oh boy. That was really something, huh? Yeah. 2 days in a row. An emergency at your place. Well, at least some people think of your place as their go-to when they need help. Yeah, you're right. It's not every day you look at things from that bright side. Ha! Well, I'm one of your coffee shop disciples, right? But you don't work here. So I can understand them. I hope Hendry's alright. Me too. At least he's in good hands now. What's your plan for the rest of the night? Well, that's all pretty hectic. But I need to continue writing. Take your time and place then. Will do. The menthol. Sour and cool with a hint of home. Le menthol. Alright, guys. Sunday, October 4th. I'm going to go ahead and end my session right here. But man, I got to tell you, I don't think I've been this charmed by a game since Undertale. I am charmed out of my boots, and everything feels like it has a purpose here. And I'm really enjoying it. And I hope that enjoyment is reciprocated because I'm going to play this again. I'm going to beat this first one. Hence the term first one. Yeah. If you really enjoy it, they have like 2 or 3 more games from what I suspect. And I think I'm going to play them regardless of whether y'all want to see me stream it or not. So yeah, it is what it is. But with that being said, guys, if you want to, well, if you enjoyed the content, I truly hope you did, go ahead and smash that follow button to notify you when the next time I'm streaming, which should be tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. I'm not all too sure, but it's not going to be Coffee Talk tomorrow. I got to fall back in line with some other games real quick, and then we'll come back to Coffee Talk when the schedule opens, let's say. But other than that, if you want to see what I'm into or just want to have a casual conversation with me, you can hit me up on the X under the name JP3_92. That is JAYPA3_9 on the X. Or you can find my channel on Discord under the same name. It's got to be convenient. Because it definitely ain't butter. It's got to be convenient. But if that's not enough to tickle your fancy, butter that is, you can also find my channel on YouTube under the name JP3Forever92. That is JP, number 3, number 4, EVER, number 9, and number 2 on YouTube. Which the latest post right now happens to be my last session of this game, and trust me, in the afternoon tomorrow, this session will be post 2. I don't know whether I should split it up or not, because this is a 4-hour session. That's a long time. I might split this up for the next 2 days. So with that being said, guys, the quarter night is stay hungry, stay humble, but most of all, stay safe. Till the next stream, guys. Peace. I'm gonna tell you right now, that Gala sequence is gonna go into infamy in my head. That is rent-free in my head right now. I think that's gonna stay in there for a while. People are like, hey man, you like coffee talk? Bro, there's this one sequence. Let me tell you. If you don't figure out all the recipes. Alright guys, until the next one.